Basically, I saw online about Ronda Rousey on a podcast saying that basically, without Paul Heyman, WWE wouldn't be like it is now. First, I'm going to cover Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey came in from UFC. And basically, that fight with Holly Holmes for Holly Holmes beat her, Ronda Rousey felt like she just lost who she was. She went into the wrestling world, but I don't know if she ever respected it. I don't think she did. She came in WWE the first 6 months, she was hot. And then she started slowly getting stale from 2018 into 2019. Won the belt. Basically, you kind of saw her go from babyface to heel. And it was like the audience got tired of her. She wasn't great as an entertainer. Couldn't really connect. Her character was blah. The promos kind of sucked. And it was like when it came down to it, her best thing was the walk to the ring. And then COVID hit and that podcast and everything where she looked really weak like a snowflake. Then came back and then you hear how she was just wanting to walk out and all that. And it's just like, wow, Ronda. I don't know if all this drama was worth it in one way, but if that's all true, that's not good. I just think in a way Ronda thought, her, what didn't stink. And as a talent, I don't think she ever got it. I mean, the best thing she offered was her and Shayna Baszler, SummerSlam 2023, and that build-up and everything. And it's like the storyline was good, the match was blah, but that's because it was on a WWE pay-per-view, basically, a PLE on Peacock. But it's like then she left the business, had a little bit with AEW for a moment, but really hadn't done much the last 2 years, and she's just a name that pops up. We'll see if she comes back. Now, getting into the comments on Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns and the FU promo heat that he was getting, 2022 into 2023, but then he slowly became that baby face that turned him in 2024. And since Roman lost the belt to Cody, it's like Roman don't have that feel anymore. Roman's like slowly gone downhill to where it's like, are they trying to build Jay off of Roman? Jay Uso won the title this past Mania, and it did not work this past summer. To me, I think if Roman's that guy, you need to figure out how you really can build. And I think at this point, where are we going next? Roman and Seth? So, the Shield's going to reunite, and then that's where you're going to both go off in the sunset. I don't know, man, but that's one idea out there. I heard it on a podcast, too, and I was like, yeah, that's great. I think it was Monty and the Pharaoh or somebody. I was like, okay, cool. They go that route, great. But, I just think Roman's not like what he was. But he got hot. And that's kind of what brought the interest back in. So I'll give Paul Heyman his credit, and I'll give Triple H his credit, because they put Sammy with it and added new life. But I feel like today, and the ratings have been kind of dropping since 2007 after Benoit passed, and it's like outside of Punk or Becky or the Bloodline when they added that interest like family, and then you see them bicker with one another like Thanksgiving is sometimes with some families. To where it's just like, it got interesting again, and then you see, let's say about 3 years later, the product is not what it was, to where the ratings are dropping again compared to even a year ago, to where they need to try to create something new. And I don't think it's Hunter. I don't think it's Paul Heyman. I think it's Vince is gone, and he doesn't have that, damn it, there, pal, let's book this guy. Let's make him a star, damn it. Ha ha ha. You don't see that today. And I think that's what's missing in WWE. Because the Emmanuel brothers and Nick Khan, if they've got the final say, which Hunter and Paul Heyman don't, this creative's awful. I guess in a way you need to put someone new in there. Or let Hunter and Paul Heyman try again like they did 2022 into 2023. Because it was working. It just feels like the creative now is awful. And you even hear that with some of the fans who will watch no matter what WWE. And that's fine. And I also look at today's wrestlers, like, who's the best guy to get over into the future? Who are they building? Paul Heyman? Not Paul Heyman, Logan Paul? Maybe. And that's not a good thing. Because who do you have that's like 5 guys you could build in case someone gets injured? Wow. You mean Logan Paul and maybe Braun Breaker? Because Braun Breaker don't feel like, okay, he's all the way there yet either. Maybe in a year or two, the way he's headed. Like, he's getting closer. That might be the two right there to book into 2026, have Logan beat Cody if that's where you're headed. But it just feels like, you need to build some new stars, fresh new names, build some characters. And it's not only that. The guys today, a lot of them can't get over. They're good wrestlers, but there's not many entertainers, unless it's someone from the past, like Randy Orton, or say Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins, to where you see that and you go, yeah, you need somebody who can entertain, and it's just not there. The character's not there in a lot of these guys. It's good wrestler. You can't talk, you can't connect. What's your catchphrase? Like, say I was a wrestler, I would say, kind of like, okay, let me think of one. You can take that to the bank and smoke it, Jack. You get that and you go, okay, that could work. That's what you need. How do you put asses in seats? How do you tell stories? How do you put on 30-minute matches that people, they may like it, they may not, depending on the person. I'm not someone who likes long matches. I like better stories. Really, in a way, some of y'all complain about this, but I don't like watching when a woman cheats on the guy with another guy. That's too soap opera. But it brings people in. It brings me in. Did that with Jericho, Christian, and Trish in 2004, and it was like, whoa. To where, yeah, it works. But here's the thing about it. You got to make it work, whatever you put on WWE TV. It's got to be a good story, a good character, entertaining. You got to be able to talk. Focus less on the wrestling and more on the soap opera story. Because we all know it's choreographed. It's soap opera television. It's scripted. So at the end of the day, you really need to offer something like that. And maybe it's new writers. Maybe in a way, WWE's kind of showing you that, hey, we don't care. We're going to sell it one day and we're going to see what WWE is in 2 to 5 years, to where it's not looking good if you ask me. And that's why in the last year, I gave up on WWE. I haven't watched wrestling much in a year, other than here and there I'd watch the PLEs. And since they moved to ESPN, I'm not even doing that anymore. It's just like, in a way, what you had on Peacock worked for $10, $15, $20 a month. Because it was slowly headed that way, whether you had ads or not, in the past library. You just got pay-per-views. A lot of these pay-per-views, they're not good. Even though it was funny how Stephanie did the BPN pot spot. But it's just like, you'd have to pay me to watch some of them, or give them to me for free, because they're just not unwatchable outside of 2 or 3 of them. That's a sign of you guys need to also put more excitement into your pay-per-views. Because you guys couldn't sell them at $50 a month, or $60 a month. You got to add something special to your show, your products, and your wrestlers, and your pay-per-views that make people want to watch this. Because when I watch it, I'm not that entertained. Even when I go look at clips here and there just to kind of keep up on how some things are doing, I go, that's great, but then I'll look at the results and go, this show's just not really grabbable. It needs something new. I just think, in a way, maybe it's a change of creative. Maybe it's start teaching guys how to work. That's just like, say, promo-wise and entertainment-wise. Like you're in a movie. That's just my thoughts. And overall, I think Ronda, in a way, looked at wrestling as fake. And that's probably why you didn't get the best out of her. And she kind of shows that. And hey, that's on Ronda, getting back to that. And on WWE, if they don't change, they're only going to continue to lose fans. And these $50,000 WrestleMania tickets and all that, how long are you going to be able to mortgage your house to buy those? I think Vince had the better mind when he had cheaper seats. But let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.
Peace.